Do you have proof that Archangel Michael exists?
And Archangel Michael has given loads of proof all around the world. I think the proof is given to each and every one of us at different times in our lives. Archangel Michael is working in every war zone. In Ukraine, he's there with the people. He has his sword and shield up. He's defending, helping to shine light from his shield to push back the army that shouldn't be there. They know the Archangel Michael is with them. Archangel Michael is there for everyone. All the archangels are.
Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Michael Sandler, your host on Inspire Nation. If you've ever wondered where's Archangel Michael with all the troubles going on in the world, then do we have the A Message of Hope from the Angels show for you. Today I'll be talking with Lorna Byrne, the #1 best-selling author and woman who sees angels, and one of my all-time favorite angel experts, about what's going on with the world. Where are our guardian angels, and specifically Archangel Michael when we need him most? So welcome back to the show, Lorna. Are you ready to shine?
Yes, I am definitely. I'm delighted to be back on your show, Michael. It's an honor because it's so uplifting. So I have to say thank you very much for inviting me back.
Well, a mighty woohoo! And thank you because your energy is at the all-time top of the charts. And I know that's because of how much you're plugged in. So before we dive right into things, do you have the ability to see Archangel Michael?
He would often come and visit me, give me a message, and maybe walk with me.
Hand in hand even?
Yes, it's just normal for me. You have to remember, even surprised when you ask that question because it's that normal to me in that way. And Archangel Michael is in the world and he is only one angel. And this is the part that amazes me because he's with each and every one of us the very moment we ask. And that's something I don't know how to explain because I don't have an answer. And yet he could be walking down to a lake or through the forest with me, or he could be at my kitchen table, talking to me about something that's happening in the world or happening in my life, or giving me a message. So Archangel Michael is there for us all. He's very, very powerful. And I know in Ukraine, he's there with the people. How can I describe this? He's a very powerful angel. He has that sword and shield. And they're two symbols of power and strength and symbol of protection as well. So even though he's in Ukraine helping the people there, he's with all of us at the same time. And he has his sword and shield up. And yet he protects the innocent in Russia as well. He wants that this war to end. I don't know why this war is happening in that sense. Yet it was something that one of the things I was shown of the future, but I always prayed it wouldn't happen in my lifetime. I'm very shocked and give out to God all of the time, but it's happening. And what I am doing is praying and asking all of the time that it not to unfold the way I had been shown it in the future. We have all of us have, and that's why prayer is so powerful, to put the light and the love and the hope out into the world, to play our part, to open our hearts, so that somehow it will change. Even, Putin himself, the leaders of the world, that they will do more. They'll stand up and play their part. They'll take the necessary step to save all life, not just human life, but the life of our planet as well.
Thank you. So many directions that I can go, and I definitely want to ask about proof of Archangel Michael in a few minutes, so everybody stay tuned for that. but forgive me, I want to go there if I can. There is free will. The future doesn't have to unfold on any particular path. When I saw you come on air after the attack on Ukraine, you were beside yourself, is the best. I'm going to cry now, and that means I've hit a truth. Would you mind sharing what you saw?
It's really, really hard. I saw so much death. Even thinking of it now, it tears me apart. And I know the world has to push Putin back, his army back. They have to go back to Russia. And we cannot allow, I don't want to say too much because it tears me apart, but I don't want to see I can't say the word, the devastation. It's like the country run red, let's say. That's the best way I can say it. But it goes to other countries then. It comes right across. So the world has to stop. We don't want a world where there is no future. We can change. We have the opportunity to change.
Thank you so much, and you're brave for sharing, so thank you. Can we call in God, the archangels, angels, love, light, and really shift what's going on? I'm not about anybody winning and anybody losing, because we're all one, but can we shift to a better, more beautiful outcome by doing that?
We can, because we have to. We all can do that. We all can pray more. We all can put that love and that light out into the world. And that's what I'm begging people to do, regardless of what they believe, or what religion you are, or whether you belong to nothing in one sense. Please pray, because prayer can move mountains. It can help the people that have the power to change their mind.
One thing specifically is we can send love to the leaders who are doing this.
Yes, and that's what we need to do. And I know some people got very upset when I said we have to pray for Putin himself and all the leaders of the world, and the governments, no matter what we may think of them. But we have to pray in a positive way, a good way, a way of, full of love and compassion, to help them to change their mind. That's another simple way. We all can change our mind. We all have that opportunity to change the direction we're going in. And I believe mankind can do it. I'm still here, so we must be going to do it. And you have to remember, one other future I was shown a mixture of good and bad. And that is where we make this planet, our world, mankind, and all of nature like a little glimpse of heaven. It's so incredible. And I know I have often shared one little aspect of that, and that's where we have connected spiritually so well to our souls that, the children cross the water, the river, without a bridge. So let's get there, where there's no more hunger or wars, there's nothing. And I know people might say, but what would be new for us to learn? And what I would say to you, there's millions of things you haven't the faintest idea what you're even missing now. Let's pray and let's help the world, put all that love and light out into the world to help our leaders to make the right choices, the right decisions, to bring peace. Let's put lots of love out there. And I'm all the time telling Archangel Michael, all the archangels, God, to do everything possible. And I know Archangel Michael has his sword and shield. It's like, the shield is up like this and the sword is in the other hand. He's defending. We even have war in Yema. I know I'm
Yemen.
not like, and so many countries, and we should be past that. Let our souls intertwine with our bodies and get past that. We don't have to. In the end, there'll be no such thing as power in the way we believe. The way leaders believe have power over the people, power over a country. So let's, connect spiritually to each and every one of us, all around the world, even to all the people in Ukraine and all the other countries where there's war and everything.
It's interesting. Thank you. What you're saying is heaven on earth, we can choose this. And in fact, this may actually be if we choose to take action now, and that's an action of love, not an action of hate, not an action of war. If we take an action of love, we can actually use this as a beautiful catalyst. I want to ask, why hasn't Archangel Michael been able to stop things? And leading the witness, it's because we have to do this shift on the inside, isn't it?
We have the choice. No angel and not even God oversteps our free will. And that's the free will of the human being. Our soul doesn't want us to do the negative or the wrong things. It's our soul that's how we feel compassion and love. And I know we say it's in our heart or in our mind in that way, but it's the way our soul connects to us humanly.
On that note, I want to go more into the angels and Archangel Michael and how he's helping and how he can help. Do you have proof that Archangel Michael exists?
I'm coming out to the angels now. um, I was told to say, don't say anything, listen to what he's going to say. And the man turned around and said, well, I've read your book, Angels in My Hair. You're the proof. It's the only way I know how to answer it. All as I can say to you, angels are real, God is real. You have a beautiful soul. And Archangel Michael has given loads of proof all around the world in so many situations in life. And people individually or even a group experience that themselves. I know there's the one about where there was, maybe it was World War II and not very good on history. And there was a story about they could hear angels sing or the light came and on Christmas Day and there was no fighting. It was a day of peace. There's so many, what would you say, when Archangel Michael has appeared, and the story is told. We're given proof all of the time, but I think why we deny that proof is because we can't put them in a cage. We can't do that. It's like we in the cells have to accept what we have been told for generations is not real. It's the supernatural. God is the supernatural. The angels are, and your soul is, and we're waiting for human evidence, like from science or a mixture in that way. But I think the proof is given to each and every one of us at different times in our lives. And so many of us keep that a secret. But I think we shouldn't be afraid to say, to your family, especially to your family. You mightn't be able to say it to your work colleagues because you might be in big trouble then, but to share with a friend. Like I could tell you so many stories where people have said they have seen angels, and it was always at a time when they were in severe distress. Like I remember a woman telling me that, she was so stressed, so fearful. And I'm sure that's happening in Ukraine. They're the evidence now in one sense, because you can see the way they have the courage and the hope, and they know the Archangel Michael is with them. And of course, the guardian angels of everyone is with them as well. Where are they getting this strength from? Where are they getting this courage, this faith, this hope? There are some of the words I've heard them say. We have the faith, we have the hope, and yet they're showing so much love as well. Like that's incredible.
What do you see the angels doing over there at this time, or Archangel Michael specifically?
I see Archangel Michael helping to shine light from his shield to push back the army that shouldn't be there, and I know the Archangel Michael has helped to save the lives of many. I just know that. How could I say sometimes when I'm in prayer late at night, it's like as if, my soul is walking the streets with the Archangel Michael and he's working. I'm just coming along, and it's just, so horrific what war does to a people. Imagine. I always remember and praying to God about, I think it was Yama or one of the other countries, and the father carrying his 5-year-old son in his arms that had been killed in an attack. And that was just, all those scenes are just so horrific. And one would say, why are we spiritually, in that sense, humanly not recognizing the horrible things that we are doing when our soul, when our guardian angel, when Archangel Michael, when God is calling out to us that we don't need to do that?
I'm going to go someplace that I know there are going to be interesting comments about. I get comments on the channel already that, well, what's really going on is there's biolabs and there's this, and Putin had to do it. And my response to that, simply put, is humanity will change through love, not through arms. Period, period, period.
Yes, we have to show that love. What's the point in saying labs and all that kind of thing if we show more love and more compassion, and if mankind, if us as human beings, if we felt more spiritual, if we allowed our soul to come forward more, if we allowed ourselves to be more aware of our guardian angel. And in a sense, if we believed in God, or whatever you might call God, because God is called, I know there's 100 names and probably another 100 names on top of that God is called, if we, in a sense, allowed ourselves to grow spiritually and allowed our human self to intertwine and realize that there's no need for making something in a tub, that's going to kill a load of people, because we're gaining nothing. We're not gaining anything. We're only destroying. And in a sense, humanly, I think we're trying to, some of it, well, I can't say everyone, but some of us, for some reason, just want to destroy love because they have been hurt. I believe Putin has been hurt so much. And in a sense, it's like one time a man said to me, how can you kill revenge? Love can kill revenge. Brutal force can't, but love can. And I know Putin, he must be hurt so much. He keeps everyone a mile away from him. And usually when anyone hurts another or does bad things, it's because they have been hurt.
There's another term in here that is a direction I never planned on going here today, Lorna, but familial wounds. It may be not just Putin's wounds, but his parents' wounds and his parents' parents' wounds and his parents' parents' wounds. And if we don't stop those wounds, I'm going to cry now. Great crying during the interview. But if we don't stop the wounds, then we create another generation of the wounded unless we go to love.
Yes, and that's what's happened, because that's one thing I have always said, all the wars in the Eastern countries, if we don't help, those children are going to grow up with hate. They're going to want their revenge. We've got to show love. We really got to show love and compassion. And it is, like here in Northern Ireland, we got peace in Ireland, but it took such a long time for families to heal. And even still, not every family is healed fully. And up in Northern Ireland, they have only, I never thought it would happen in my lifetime. God always had me praying for Northern Ireland. So I was shocked when peace came. But one thing I was told when peace came to Northern Ireland, this shocked me again, was that it was on a fine thread. And again, in my lifetime, I never thought that that thread would ever be put in danger, but with Brexit and everything. But I think it was in the last few days or last week, because I've been praying that it never gets broken, that all that hurt and pain and all those families, to give them a chance to heal and to see that they are loved and cared for. I'm not good with politics or anything, but somebody, I don't know whether it was Biden or somebody, said we must keep the peace in Northern Ireland because Northern Ireland is the cornerstone for peace across the world. If they can keep it, it's shown the rest of the world. Because I remember one time I was in America and I went to, I don't know how I ended up in this place where there was some rabbis and people from the Eastern countries, high up people, I don't know what you'd even call it, I don't know, government thing. And one of them walked over to me and he just said, "You're from Ireland." And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Can you tell me how they have managed to keep peace? Do you think we could do it?" And it was then that I understood why God had said Northern Ireland was the cornerstone of peace for the world. If Northern Ireland can do it, the rest of the world can.
Wow. Maybe there's been this strong pull in me toward Ireland lately, and I don't understand it on a conscious level at all, not even a little bit. And I was telling my wife that earlier today. I'm like, I mention Ireland and I cry, and I've been listening to Irish music lately, and just, I don't know why there is this pull. I really can't explain it. Now, I grew up in an area where the troubles were going on, they actually spilled over near Boston, in Massachusetts, and we'd even have bombings on rare occasions because the trouble spilled over. So I get it, but it may be this visceral pull that we all have right now toward knowing where we have to go and where we have to go for peace. Maybe it's even, and I want to understand how Archangel Michael does his work, maybe he's even shining a light, a beacon from the places that need the love the most to help us be attracted to those places so that we have our hearts cracked open and can do the healing for the planet as well.
Yes, and that's what I would love everyone to do. People to say sometimes that they don't have time, to pray or time to send out love. I'm doing it now, sitting here. You're doing it. You can be sitting on the bus, driving your car. It's so simple. It's just when you wake in the morning, right? I know humanly we need something to tell us how to do it, but maybe when you wake in the morning, just say to yourself, let my whole day shine love out into the world. You don't have to think about it again. It's happening and it'll happen the whole day. Let your heart, let everything good of you just shine out into the world, to let that light touch every heart that's hurt with love.
Thank you.
And, ask your guardian angel to help you. You have a beautiful guardian angel there, and it's there to give you a helping hand. But most of the time we don't ask, or most of the time we don't listen. Or in a sense, sometimes, like what you said, you don't know why you're being attracted to Ireland. You don't have to ask that question.
Can we? I never thought I was going to go here. Oh, we're having fun. We have our guardian angel who's been with our side, as I understand, as I've been told, since the beginning of time, whatever that means. Um, I want to say, can we send them on holiday? Can we send all of our guardian angels over to Ukraine and to places in need to help, because helping them helps everyone and helps us?
No, your guardian angel can't leave you. It's right there with you every single second. But you can ask your guardian angel to send millions of angels. Like I know all across the world, people now are sending the unemployed angels. That's what I've called them since I was a child. Or sending the healing angels. You're asking your guardian angel to send them all. And when you ask your guardian angel, you're asking God as well at the same. It has already been asked. It's already been done to help. But how would I say? We have to play our part. From the time I wrote Angels in My Hair, I've been asking people all across the world, to remember that the people in the world have the power. So stand up and be counted and play your part. That's what we all, and you're doing your part. You're doing this show, but in the future, if anything else comes up that you can do a little more, then you do it. And you don't ask why, or you don't ask, what does that mean? Or, try and lose those things.
Two different directions I can go in here. I'm feeling it out. And I'm talking to the angels, and they're like, okay, you go one, you go the other. Modern culture, Western culture, I can go on to Netflix right now. And 8 out of the top 10 movies are going to be killing and weapons and guns and violence. And then I can go to what's trending, and it's going to be killing and weapons and guns and violence. And today it said the latest movie that you have to watch is on the possible nuclear destruction of the planet, the sum of all fears. To me, that seems like the antidote to the angels. That's the exact opposite of where we want to put our hearts right now.
I suppose for thousands of years or hundreds of years, we've been kind of molded. And again, because of hatred and anger. So how do you keep children feeling that the only way they get excitement is from watching a movie like that? That's the only way. All the video games are the same. That's the only way. So we're growing up to kill each other, even in a video game, even in a movie, when there is so much, what would you say, other excitement in life that is beyond all of that.
We have kids on the way, one coming in apparently, and then I believe more after that, one who will be doubling back. Her name is Miraku very quickly. But it is, to me and to my wife, it is very important that we don't untrain them from what they already know. They come in like you, pure of spirit, able to see, but then we talk them out of it or show them, no, 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 what you're seeing isn't real.
Yes, and that happens all of the time. So I say to parents, when your little one is born, don't just teach it mama, dada, kind of, say, how's your soul this morning? How's your guardian angel? And then when your child starts to talk or point, don't question, believe, and you won't close it. That's important, to allow the child to remain open.
Thank you. So let's take it back to Archangel Michael here. Can Archangel Michael help people or help in a war zone if he's not called upon for help?
Well, the first thing I would say to you, of course he has been called upon. There's always someone in the world, they may even call him by a different name, but he's already been called. So Archangel Michael is working in every war zone, and that is even in the war zone of a home, and is helping to keep the calm, helping the love to still be there, helping for that light that he shines in not to go out, even if humans dim it, is the way they want to trot it down. But I have to smile. Archangel Michael has kept that light glowing from his shield so brightly. He's there all the time. There's no such thing as he wasn't called. There's no such thing, he wasn't called.
What are some of the other names of Archangel Michael?
One name I will give you, and the only way I have been ever able to pronounce it, and it's not the full pronunciation. It always sounds like tumble to me, but if you put a real roll on it, and I can't do that, tumble. And I've heard many other names as well, but they would be not in English.
I want to say, what does he look like? But that actually begets the question, is he a he?
I have to say to you, all angels are neither male nor female. But because mankind has, in sense, made him a he in that way, he has remained that way, he's represented in that way all across the world. And you have to remember the archangels are in every faith, every religion. He has always looked very handsome to me. I always laugh at that. The age, late 30s or in, 45 or something, but always, no angel has ever given me a look of, how would you say, looking old like a human being in that way. And I've only thought of that now because you asked that question. I have never seen an angel looking like that. They're very, very beautiful, but again, they're light. Archangel Mike, and they're so perfect. The human appearance they give is so, so perfect. And that doesn't amaze me, because sometimes on occasions when Archangel Michael was with me, someone would pass by, or I would hear
Maynooth College.
Yeah, like the priests kind of said hello to him.
And they didn't know that it was an angel. They just thought
It was like as if I was invisible and he was visible. And that as well kind of blows me away. But that wasn't the only occasion that something like that happened. It has often happened over the years that somebody would say, I saw you such and such a place. Who's that you were with? And I look at them, where did you see me? Oh, I saw you on that walk, but you were way up there. But there was a man walking with you. I saw him, that handsome man. Who was he? And I would just say, oh, I don't know. He was just walking by. He must have been passing me by. The Archangel Michael is there for everyone. All the archangels are. And you should never be afraid to call on them. And I know many people would sometimes feel Archangel Michael or Archangel Gabriel or one of the other archangels are there with them all of the time, but yet they're with everyone else that calls on them. So you can call on an archangel a million times. I would always say, never say to yourself, oh, I don't want to waste their time. They're there to help us, but they come and go. We may feel they have been there every second, but it's your guardian angel who is there every second with you all of the time. That's the one angel that cannot leave you.
I read recently that you said, I pray to God, but I always go to the highest level, but then I ask the angels for help. Is there a distinction between the two?
I've always been trying to explain that. Even when you call on your guardian angel, it's like it has already been known that you're going to call on your guardian angel, that you're going to ask for help there. That's your prayer. And God has already received it. It's like that connection. How would I say? Sometimes I would say to people, the angels enhance our prayer, because humanly we need a way to understand. The human part of us need to kind of figure it out in that way. So I would always say, ask your angel for help. But when you're asking your angel for help, you're actually asking God, because it's like it happens beforehand in that sense. And the angels enhance it. That's why I would even talk about the angels of prayer, to call in the angels of prayer, because they enhance our prayers. Every time you're praying, they are working. I would often describe them, they're like a waterfall going up, not coming down in that way. And maybe just try and allow your soul to connect to your human self and make yourself conscious that your soul is in prayer all day for whatever you wish. And I would always say as well, pray for ourselves and our family and our loved ones and those we have lost. But pray for the stranger, because there can be someone out there in the world, lots of people that are so downtrodden, they feel they cannot pray for themselves. So your prayer for the stranger could save someone's life. Because we're all connected in that light and love. And there's so much hope out there in the world. Like, you see it in among the darkness. Let's say the darkness has been trying to put the light out, but it hasn't succeeded because the angels are so bright. And we are so bright, and we are pouring so much love and hope out there.
Is it our job then, and I see light and dark as being a pump actually helping us to ascend, sort of like there's electricity going into your computer that goes positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, light, dark, and helping this spiral. But is it then, job isn't the right word, maybe hope or dream or goal? I know it is my hope and dream to feel connected and to be in communion with spirit and with the angels and with the light 24 hours a day. Is it a hope or dream or goal or project of ours to aspire to be in prayer as much of the time as we can be?
I think maybe we think too hard on it in that sense. Again, we're putting the human way on it instead of realizing it's actually quite simple. Lots of people would say they have to work really hard, or you have to do this and you have to do that. You don't even have to, in a sense, kneel down on your knees and recite a prayer. It just has to be in your heart.
Thank you. So let's go. Archangel Michael, one of the big questions that comes up is, if Archangel Michael is really there for people, and if the angels are really there for people, why do people still die?
Everyone asks that question, because at the moment we haven't allowed ourselves to intertwine with our body and soul. When I said we turn this world into a little glimpse of heaven, and time goes on, then it comes to the stage where we don't die anymore. And some of us decide to go wherever God wants us to go. And others decide, sure, we'll stay here. A time will come when we won't die. But the body and soul have to intertwine together. That light has to really, I just say intertwine, because the angels had shown me it's like a plait in that way. And I know it's sad when a loved one dies, even your beautiful wife, and is losing the little baby. It's only her little body. She's very much alive, and is there with both of you. I don't know what name you gave her, or whether you will give her a name later. Miracle. Did I say it right? Miracle.
It's Miracle, which means miracle. So miracle is perfect.
Okay. Like, just remember, she's, in a sense, lots of parents do say, and the angels love when we say it, that they're an angel in heaven. But they're more than any angel can ever be, because they're a soul, that spark of light of God. And just know that, and she's always be there to give you all a helping hand, and especially her little sister. It is hard when we lose a loved one, because they're not with us in the flesh and blood, but they're there spiritually. That's one thing I love, when Sometimes when I would see the soul of a loved one beside a family, sometimes, what would I say, even with their arms around them, but the person can't feel the arms. But sometimes a person would say, I'm nearly full sure I could smell them or I could feel them, but they wouldn't have felt them in the same way as if, you gave your wife a hug, in that they wouldn't feel it that strong. It's hard. It's hard when we lose a loved one. And we all give out to God, and we all say, if God was real, why did he let my child die? My friend or my husband or my wife. But our human body will die until that time comes. And I suppose I would love that time to get here quicker. I would love us to just suddenly not be afraid of the supernatural, of the soul, of God, of the angels. And sometimes people call them guides, different names, and just embrace them. But the most important thing to embrace is your own soul, your own light, whatever way you want to call it, embrace it and know that you're not just a human being, but you're a spiritual being as well. And you are pure love. Your light is pure love. It's pure good. It can conquer anything.
Is there a time you would call on an archangel versus a regular angel versus our guardian angel?
Well, for me, it's a bit different. I don't call on the archangels, they just come. I'd say for everyone, if it's something that's really worrying, ask your guardian angel first. And even if the thought of an archangel is on your mind, your guardian angel will have it there for you. The one thing I love about your guardian angel, and that is not even an archangel can come in and around you unless the guardian angel gives the yes. I love that. But I've never seen or heard a guardian angel say no. Okay, so it doesn't happen. God already knows before that time. Call on the archangel whenever you feel it's necessary to do so, because your guardian angel can call on the archangel as well if it thinks it's necessary, or any other particular angel.
Thank you. Since you said God knows before you even ask, does God know what's going on here? For instance, Russia and Ukraine, does God know where we're going?
Yes, God knows what's happening. And he knows we have the free will. We can stop it. It's a hard question to answer, because you have to ask, will mankind stop it? Will we all open our hearts? Will we all say no to it and just put love out there? And even love the person that is hurting you. Will you have compassion? Will you have love? Will you reach out and help the person that has put you through torture? Will you have the compassion and the love for that person? I believe there's enough of us in the world that has. And I believe those numbers are rising all the time. God does know, and God is doing everything to help us. Why do you think he has so many angels in the world? It's to help us to change our mind. And we can change our mind anytime. It's your choice. You can change, you can make the choice to pick up the pen, and you've picked it up, and you still have the choice to put it back down and pick up what's right. And maybe that's one of the things with Putin, he doesn't want to feel or let the world see that he's backing down or that he's losing. He doesn't want to lose face in that way, and that's where we have to show compassion and love. Tell him it's all right. Give him a hug. I'm just using words of love.
No, that's important because if we put ourselves in his shoes, that's got to be very, very hard on his heart right now.
Yeah, I know we can turn the corner. God wouldn't have me in the world. That's what I keep saying. No, why would he have me in the world? And so many futures God has shown me, and right, he's shown me many negative ones, but he's shown me many positive, incredible ones. And they all come together. It's not just one, it's a load of them. And I know I'm a bit shocked being in the world for what's happening now and even the virus. But he has me here for that reason, and I don't even really ask why, because it's just something I don't do. But it is to, for everyone to give as much love and compassion out there. That smile you give is radiating light from you. You smile at someone, you could save someone's life. That love is flowing to them. You don't even have to know them. You're when someone smiles at a stranger or even someone you don't know whether they're down or anything like that, and it gives them a little uplift. And there's your category.
Yes, absolutely. So on that note, a few more questions, then I'll get Rue so that we can go into prayer and we can go into meditation. But did you sit on God's lap?
Yes, when my soul is taken, I become a child. I'm only a child. We're all children. I always have to laugh when adults think they're adults because I smile and say, no, you're not. You're a child. Yes, I know in Angels in My Hair, I told the story about, why the book was called Angels in My Hair, because that's what God does. He puts his hand into my hair and does that. And sitting on the bench with him and walking through the fields, sitting on his lap, in God's library. There's even so much more, being on top of a mountain and a child just sitting on God's lap, being loved and feeling safe, and the world has, in a sense, dropped down before you and having no fear of falling or anything like that. To be in the presence of God, I have tried to explain that it's so powerful and it's all love. It's so overwhelming. Like God has always been saying to me, Lorna, why do you hide from me? Because his love is so overwhelming. Sometimes I have to run away to get a break in that sense. And that's why he just say, and I can never hide from him, no matter where I try. I can't do that. None of us can. But to feel God's love, it's just, there's no words for it. You could say, feel the power of the planet, the power of the universe. It's beyond that. It consumes all of you. And you want to hold on to it and not let it go. And the thing is, it's inside of each and every one of us and around us. It's our soul. We all have that spark of light of God. And that cannot be contaminated by anything you do humanly, because it's the spark of light of God. It's a little piece of God. You can't pour oil on God. You can't throw red paint at God and it be on him. Nothing like that can happen. That light of your soul, that spark of light of your soul.
Well, let's bring it to, let's round the bend to a positive. You have beautiful upcoming events to help everyone to shine their light, to rediscover their light. So I want to send everyone, usually I ask the guest, but in this case, I'll take it for you. I want to send everyone to lornabyrne.com, LornaByrne.com. Click the events tab to find out about all of Lorna's upcoming events, and I will also have it down below in the show notes as well. I'm going to go get Rue. Then I just want to ask very simply, what's a prayer that we can do to help Russia and Ukraine? And then maybe you can lead us in a short meditation.
Well, I would say to you, any prayer, even just say, God help us, or say, God stop the war. Any words, but you must mean them and say them with love. Let them go out there with love and let them come from your heart and your soul. I would love to do the prayer of the Archangel Michael for Ukraine and for Russia.
All right, bear with me 1 minute. Let me get Rue. I want him in my arms when we do that. And then if you could lead us in that, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. I know. It's a cloudy day, so you are taking a long nap, huh?
He's gorgeous.
Thank you. Here we go. Get settled here. And he's half awake right now. So
How old is he?
He has just is 2 months, and our guess is about 10 days. Or 2 years and 10 days.
Yes.
So
Wow.
he is our little baby. He would say, I'm not a baby.
Well, he's very happy where he is in your arms. You can see that.
Oh, is that true, Rue? Are you good in my arms? I think he'd say yes.
So I'm just going to bless myself, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Prayer of thy healing angels that's carried from God by the Archangel Michael. Pour out thy healing angels, thy heavenly host, upon the Ukraine and Russia and all of the people. Let them feel the beam of the healing angels upon them, the light of your healing hand, and let the healing begin whatever way God grants. God bless us all. Amen. So Archangel Michael gave me that prayer, and I know he's there. So I'm just going to do the blessing, and I'll just close my eyes and be silent. Okay. God bless you and love you. So I'll do a meditation, just a short one for a couple of minutes. And I always say to everyone, if you're sitting somewhere, be nice and comfortable, and maybe take a deep breath, because people find this helps to relax. So just take a deep breath and then just let it out slowly and let your body start to completely relax. And take another deep breath. And as you let it out slowly, allow yourself to feel your soul coming forward. And you becoming one with your body and soul. And take another deep breath. And now as you let that out slowly, allow yourself to be conscious and aware that you're there with your guardian angel. You're in the place you would love to be. The place where you feel safe and comfortable, where you're one with love itself. Allow yourself to feel the love pouring out from you, from every particle of your body, from your soul, and turning back and pouring back into you. That love getting stronger. And take a few moments and allow yourself to feel that love burst out into the world and touch everyone. Feel the energy. Feel the light. And enjoy. Stay there now for a moment. Send the love from you everywhere. See it flowing from you, never ending. See your love touching all those you love. See it traveling to them. See it going to your neighbors. Going everywhere, all around the world. And see your love going to everywhere there is war. And touching everyone. And helping to heal them. Filling them with light, with love, with hope. Going to all of the people in Ukraine. Your love is touching each and every one of them. And it's going to Russia as well. And touching all of those people. And now let your love burst forth. And go to Putin. Fill him with love. And go to the leaders of the world. Let your love flow to each and every one of them. Let them feel the love, the light, and the hope. The guardian angel has its arms around you. Helping you to send that love. Guardian angel is whispering in your ear, telling you it's time to go back now. You have poured so much love out into the world. And you're saying to your guardian angel, you have so much more love to give. And your guardian angel is saying to you, just be conscious of it, that you can do it whenever you want, every moment of your life. And that makes you feel happy. So your guardian angel says now, time to go back, take a deep breath. When you take a deep breath, and as you let it out slowly, you relax your body. And take another deep breath, and as you let it out slowly, feel your body becoming alive again. And take another deep breath, And as you let it out slowly, open your eyes when you are ready. Well, we have sent a lot of love out into the world, and I think just for everyone to remember, maybe in the morning when you wake up, just say that you want your soul to be in prayer and to be sending love out as you go through your day. You're giving your soul, your spiritual self, permission to do this. And we all can do it. Okay? So I love you all and bless you all. And I love Rue. He's so good.
That sound he just made a minute ago, now he's making the yum yum sound. But the sound he made a minute ago was his sound for love. And he does it when he wants Jessica and I, my wife and I, to hug. And he does it when I do meditations or clearings. And now he did it as you were finishing up this beautiful, beautiful meditation. He sends out his loving sound.
Well, that's one thing we have to remember. Nature, animals show us love all the time. And if we show them love, they pour it back on us. I think it's so beautiful to see. And we forget that. But let's put lots of love out there and call on Archangel Michael, all the angels, send all the unemployed angels to bring peace to our world, to turn our world into a little glimpse of heaven. Let that future come forth.
Woohoo! So, for everyone out there, this is Michael Sandler saying, be well, have fun, get everything Lorna Byrne has to offer, and get in the light and the love today. And above and beyond all else, shine bright. Woohoo! What a beautiful, loving, peaceful, hopeful interview from Lorna Byrne, from Archangel Michael, and from all of the angels. On that note, if you want to connect with the angels, go to automaticwriting.com and learn how to begin diving into the angels today. Click the join button down below. Join our mystic circle where you get behind the scenes goodness and all of our musings and connections with the angels as well. Of course, join our School of Mystics. 4 Wednesdays a month, all of us getting together to connect with the angels, to connect with the light, to connect at the highest vibrational level possible, because you are a mystic in training. That's at InspireNationUniversity.com, and let's help shift the planet. Go to prayer, go to love, share this with the world, get it out to everyone. Of course, click the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified of upcoming shows, YouTube premieres, live events with me every Monday night. Love you guys so much. Here's the link to the next amazing video, and keep on shining bright. Woohoo! I know, Rue, gotta say we're a podcast too. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Love you guys. Let's get you some food, Rue. You did great. Woohoo!